Okay, we're gonna construct the centroid. So remember that the centroid is the point of concurrency for the medians. So in order to construct a median, you're going to pretend like you're perpendicularly bisecting the segment because you want to bisect it. So we're gonna pretend, so we're gonna do at least halfway for one side. You're gonna do a top and bottom arc. Okay, and do that for the other side too. Alright, now normally if we were doing a perpendicular bisector, we would go ahead and connect those two. So we're going to act like we connect those two, but then not actually connect them. We're just going to mark what would be the midpoint of that side. So then we know that those two are congruent segments. Okay, now you have to draw a line from that midpoint to the vertex opposite that side. So it's going to be this vertex right here. And we'll do that. And then that's your first median. We're going to do that 2 more times with each side. So now I'm going to come to this side, and that's at least halfway. Adjust it just a little bit. Top arc, bottom arc for that vertex, and do the same thing for the other vertex. So top arc and a bottom arc. Okay. So again, that would be the perpendicular bisector, but I'm not going to draw the line. I'm just going to mark the midpoint. Mark that midpoint, and then since these two are congruent but not necessarily congruent to over here, we're going to do double lines there. Okay, so now we have to draw a line from so there's the midpoint to the vertex opposite, and that will be our median for that one. So we'll connect to that vertex there. And then you have to do the third line because one of those lines could have been off, so maybe that's not exactly the centroid, but it should be pretty good here. We'll do one more for the third side, and this one's a little bigger, so I have to make my radius a little bigger. Okay, top arc, bottom arc, and we'll do the same for the other side. Top arc and a bottom arc. Make sure not to get your arcs confused here. Okay, I'm going to turn this back around. And again, act like you're going to draw the full line and just mark, oop, I am not on the right one. Okay, right here. Mark that center. Okay, then we're going to do 3 lines since not necessarily congruent to either of the other two. All right, and my last line from the midpoint to the vertex of the opposite side, and it should go through that already intersection point. Okay, I'm having a little trouble. There we go. And then look, oh, how perfect is that? We're just gonna zoom in and see how perfect. Oh, my paper's beautiful. Okay, so that would be your centroid. Remember, centroid is the balance point. So that's going to be where if we cut this triangle out, put a point there that it would balance. Okay, and there's nothing else that you need to mark. Oop, that was not a very good circle there. You might have to mark the center on your assessment, but otherwise, that is how you do the centroid.